Right, good morning YouTube and welcome to my channel, Jules Craft Room, and this is Crafty Catch Up number 50. And yeah, I thought I'd show you, first I'll show you some of my finished items. And I don't know if you remember last time I showed you some bunting that I'd made for my daughter's cake shed, and I'll put some pictures up here. And that's she has a cake shed that's open every Friday afternoon and all day Sunday, and she has bakes in there, and there's an honesty box, or you can pay by bank transfer, and people come and buy brownies and cookies and all sorts of things. And I made the bunting to go above the cake shed. Anyway, it's my oldest granddaughter's birthday in a couple of days, Sienna. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to make her, I really enjoyed doing the bunting, I thought, wouldn't it be nice to make her some bunting to go along her bunk bed for her birthday. So I made some more bunting and I thought I'd show you. So, oh yeah, this is the end of it. So it starts off here with Sienna, and you can see that's the S appliqued on, and then the I and the E and the N, another N and the A. And yeah, I've really enjoyed doing this. It's just a little triangle that I've done, and then I've printed out some letters, traced them with that paper. Yeah, I traced them using this freezer paper, and then it's got sticky on one side when you iron it, and then I ironed it onto the contrasting fabric, which was this turquoisey with white spots. Cut them out, and then I used just sort of some fabric glue from Hobbycraft just to glue them onto there temporarily, and then I zigzagged all the way around using my little Cub 4 machine, and then I hand stitched a running stitch all the way around. I don't know if you can see, yeah, all the way around each letter just to make it stand out a bit more. And then I backed it with the other fabric, turned it the right way round, and then put the ribbon along the top after I'd overlocked all the way along the top there. So yeah, so that is Sienna's bunting, and I had great fun with that, but I'll get the pieces. But when you cut it out, obviously I folded it and I cut them out the fat quarters, and you get 3 out of one size, so 6 out of a whole fat quarter, but you've got these end bits, and of course that's the end bits, and so they're wastage, because if you sewed them together and used them as backing, they'd be too small anyway. So that is your wastage. So I thought there must be a better idea. So when I was showing this to the family, my oldest son would happen to be round, and he said his 2 daughters would like a set. So I thought, well, I need to try and make it so that I get better value out of the fat quarter. So what I did was fat quarter, folded it into 3, like that, and like that. It's like that, and then fold that into 3, like that, and like that, so you get that size. And then that is what that is made of, so it's got enough for your seam allowances. And then I just cut the corners off and sewed it together. And that's what I made it. And of course that way you get 9. You get 9 pieces instead of 6. So which is quite good. And that's what I used to make Amelie's. There's Amelie's. And Aurelia's. Out of. So yes, I was well chuffed with that. I really enjoyed doing that. So I've got my other granddaughter, Elle, I'm going to make her one, and my grandson, Ren, I'm going to make him one. And Ben's already got one from years ago. I made him one out of, if I got a picture I'll put it up there, out of some space stuff, and but I could make Josh one, his brother. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with my bunting. I really loved making those, and of course I did it all on the little cub sewing machine, which is such a pleasure to use. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you those. Right, so I was packaging up the bunting that I'd made for Sienna, and I'll put a picture up there, but it's this bunting, and I was putting it in this box ready to send it to Spain, and I weighed it, and it was just over the threshold for the cheapest postage, so it went from £3.50 to £5. So I thought, well, I really should try and send something else in there to make use of this extra weight that I'm allowed to put in here. So I've got this tiny little box that it flattens out in there. So I remembered that I was meant to be making, I made her the Sarah Peel donkey. I'll just get the book. Yeah, a couple of months ago I made the donkey Sydney from the Sarah Peel book, and the Luna character, one of the Luna characters, and when she'd been round before she was leaving for Spain, she'd seen him and she said, oh, could I have him, Nanny? So again, but he didn't have any clothes, so I said to her I would make the little swim outfit for him. So I thought, well, I've got space in this box, so I'll make the swim outfit. So I'll put a couple of pictures. I think I took a few pictures of me making it up there. And yes, I've made his little swim outfit. So this is it here. So yeah, and I haven't used the buttons. I've used the what are they called? Poppers. So I put poppers on there. Because I think that's nice and easy. But yeah, I'll turn him inside out. Now I used my little cub to sew him. I did a very small zigzag stitch along most of the sides, and that I don't know, I don't think you'll be able to see, but yeah, very small zigzag stitch along there, so it does stretch in all places, so that when she puts him on, he's not going to rip the seams. I used my own bias binding for the neck. They provided some. Ah, yes, there. So I used my own bias binding because they provided some, a big one that you then cut. And I couldn't understand what they were talking about in the pattern, so I just did the standard way and used this little bias binding, and that worked well. And I don't know if you can see the zigzag along here. See that? That's a zigzag. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with it. So I managed to fit that in the box, so that was good. And then when I did the other bunting for my other granddaughters, I used that square effect. I'll put a picture up there, and it's square and the triangles are off. And I had a couple of pieces I'd cut out that I hadn't needed, so I put them together and I've made this little bag. So that's a little bag, and as you can recognise the shape, and I lined it, so it's lined with a couple of odd bits that I'd cut out for the bunting, and yeah, and it's got a unicorn on it, and so I just thought I'll just throw that in there, and she's got a little bag. But so that is going in this box, and it just fits, so it just means that I'm making use of having to pay extra to send it to Spain. So I'm just packaging it up. It's her birthday tomorrow. I know it's not going to get there in time, but she has already got, her dad's already got her presents that he took in the car a month ago, which he can give her tomorrow. Though he has fallen off his mountain bike and broken his wrist, and he's due to go in for an operation tomorrow on her birthday, to have it re-broken because it's knitted together wrong, and then put a plate and some screws in. So that's a bit a shame, especially on her birthday, but hopefully he'll be home in a couple of days, right as rain. So yeah, so that's going off to Spain, and hopefully she'll get it in about 3 to 5 days, it reckons. So I'm going to go off and post that, and then I'll be back with some more of my makes. So next on my list is the Halloween cowl by Serda, and it's this one here. And the pattern comes out, it's a free pattern, it's on the Serda website, comes out once a week, and I think we're up to week 5, so we've just got 1 more week to go, but you can go on there and you can download all the different weeks, and you can get the kit like I did, or you can just use your own from your own stash. But I've been working on that, and I've just finished week 4, so I thought I'd show you what I've done so far. So we did these squares, these big round squares, and then we had to do the cats separately and sew them on. That's them sewn on at the back there. So that was the big square, which you can see in the 4 corners. I'll put a picture up here as I'm talking, and then you will be able to see. And then there was the bat, so that's one of the other corners. And that you did the circle, but then you did the bat's ears and wings separately and sewed them on. So that's the bat. And you did 2 of those. There's another cat in a different colour and another bat. Then we did several of these squares. So there was the eyeball, which you later embroidered the red veins on, and the white light bit of the eyeball, and the pumpkin, and you embroidered the eyes and the mouth. The skeleton, and you did the eyes separate and sewed them on and embroidered the mouth. And then that was the I don't know what that is, it's just a whirly thing, but yeah, so that was there. And then we had to do the cat border that attached to it, and you can see the little cats along there. So I've got 4 of those. I got 1 for the top, 1 for the bottom, and then 1 for each side. So that goes like that. And then this last week we've been doing the middle panel, and that's the trick or treat, and that's the middle panel, and I've just finished that. And now, as you see, I've got to do the blood, this panel here that goes around here for the dripping blood, and then I presume we'll be starting to attach it all together. So yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed that. And when I went to, mustn't keep saying someone commented not to keep saying it. It's very difficult when you're thinking of what you're going to say next. Anyway, when I went to the quilt show, I bought lots of different things, and I'll put a picture up there. But one of them was this skeleton fabric. It had a skull in it. There. See, it's got a skull on it. So I decided to make a project bag to house the yarn for the Halloween blanket. And this is the bag I made. And it's got a drawstring top. And it's off the website there. I don't know if you can see. Very bad lighting there. You can see. That's the website it's from. I had to pay for the pattern. And this is the bag. And I'm really chuffed with it. So I've stiffened it. Made the handles, stiffened the handles as well. Had this fabric already, which I thought blended well with it. And this was an old shoelace that I also thought, and I did a pocket bit at the front here, and 2 little pocket bits here. But yes, it's perfect for when I go to my sewing club. I can put it in there, and it's a perfect little project bag, and it stands up, you know, without falling over because I've got the stiffener in it. So yes, I was well chuffed. I did like that, and that might be something I can make some Christmas presents of, shopping bags or something. So yeah, that was good. And the other thing, I've shown you that bag, and yes, I've joined this sewing club, and it's called So and So's, and I think you can, I found about it on Google. I just put sewing clubs in my area and it came up, and we meet on a Monday night, a Wednesday night and a Thursday morning, and they do a retreat. So every third Saturday of the month you pay for a retreat, and you can either go along and do your own thing, or you can pay a little bit extra and do a project. And we did a picnic bag was the last project, and that's the one I went to, and this is my picnic bag. Now it is rather a big bag. I'm never going to fill it up with that much stuff, but what I thought was it would be good to put, I can use it when we go to the other sewing clubs, and I could put my project in there that I'm doing, and my sandwich, because I only have half a sandwich and a bit of water, because the tea's provided, and cake, so you don't really need much else. But otherwise it'd be good if we went out on a picnic with several people, like grandkids or my husband, and we might need a bigger bag. But yes, it's got the insulated fabric inside. I've also made these pockets, so you can put your bottle of wine or your beer or can of Coke or something in there. So I've got one on either side. And yeah, really pleased. It's first sort of, apart from this bag, it's about the third bag I've ever made. So I was really pleased, and it was really good fun at the retreat making it. So but yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed making that. So and of course I got the pattern, so I could always make another one if I wanted to. And that was made out of fat quarters that I had lying around, and some of the orange fabric I had left over from this bag, the spotty fabric, to make the bias binding to go round there. And this is a strap I just happened to have left over from something else. I don't know what it was, but yeah, so that was good. So oh yes, so I bought some bits and pieces from the quilt show, and I don't think I've shown you, so I thought I'd show you. I got some 505 adhesive spray. I also got myself a mug. I saw this and I treated myself to a mug, and I don't need therapy, I just need crochet. I just need to crochet, so I like that. And this was for my little iron, because I've been using my big one for my little craft iron, so this fits on perfectly when I need to put it down and I don't want it to burn whatever I'm using, worktop or whatever. I also bought it's a bag kit, and that's it there. I'm sure I've shown this to you, but I couldn't find it on the previous video. And yeah, and it comes with a pattern and fabric, and yeah, it's all in there, and the shoulder strap and the wadding. So yes, I'm really pleased with that and pattern, so I'm hoping to make that. So that looks nice. And I got some fabric, and I got this because I couldn't resist it. But it's cotton, 100% cotton, so I'm not sure what to make of it. I didn't know whether to make a dress. So I got 3 meters. So, and then someone said to me at the sewing club, they said, oh, you can make a mat to sit your sewing machine on. So I could do that, and I could make a project bag, but you only need so many project bags, don't you? But you only need so many dresses. But I thought, yeah, so I don't know what to make with it now. So I'm not going to rush into it because I love the fabric. So I got that. I also saw this, and I like this fabric, and this is quite thick, but I did like the look of that. So I don't know what I'm going to make with that, but I did like it. I got the skull fabric, which I made the bag out of. I also got this denim with stars on, but this is 100% cotton. Calico it is, so it's quite thick cotton. And yes, I don't know what I'm going to make with that. I might make some sort of pinafore maybe. So, and then I got some cake fabric. I got that one. I got that one, donuts. And I got this one. They're a bit creased because I've washed them. That one. I got quite a lot of this one. So I was thinking of making my daughter a couple of aprons. I might even make a couple of tops that she wears when she's baking. Just thought, so I'll see. Be for Christmas now because her birthday's gone. So yes, I might do that. And the other thing is I wanted to get into quilt making. And I saw these panels and I thought, oh my God, wouldn't they make beautiful quilts? So yes, we got this one. And there's a little girl on this side. And that's the little panels again. And the other one is, when I was a kid, I used to have those fairy books. I still got them because I had them off my mum when she died. But they're the flower fairies. And I saw this fabric and I thought, oh, that would make a nice quilt. So, yes, it's got all these flower fairies on, so you see. And that's the other side. So I thought that's so lovely. So I thought that would make a nice quilt as well. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if they're big enough to make quilts or what, but I might have a go. I can always gift them to the granddaughters. So yeah, so I got that. And I got some, yes, that's the other thing. When we have the sewing retreats, they have a de-stash area and it's got about 6 tables in. You bring stuff in you don't want anymore, any notions, fabric, anything like that to do with sewing or crocheting, any wool, anything you don't want you take in, and then they sort it all out, and then we get there about 9 o'clock, and then about 11 o'clock they say that the de-stash room is open. So there's about 70 of us ladies there. And then you go in there and these piles of these tables piled up high with fabric and buttons and things, and you just help yourself. It's fab. So I'll show you what I got. Oh yes, there's quite a box full of stuff. So first of all is I got this pattern, which is rather nice. So there was that pattern, I quite like that, so I might make that dress. There was also a crochet pattern for a cardigan, and it does it in child sizes as well, which is how I first spotted it. So I got that. I got this braiding, don't know what I'll do it, but I saw it and I liked it. And the beauty of it is if I don't use it in a couple of months, I can take it back for the de-stash table again. I got this yarn, and this reminded me of that ball of yarn that I bought from I think it was called Crafting, with the Luna, Sarah Peel and the Luna dolls. And I bought a really pink one of these, and I made, I'll put it up there, I made some cardigans for Luna. And I thought, that's just like that. So I thought, well, I'll get that, and then I could make some more. But I mean, to be frank, I made 3 cardigans out of one ball, so I don't think I'll be making that many cardigans. But I saw it, I took it. I didn't have to pay, it didn't cost anything. And if I don't use it, I can always take it back and someone else can try and make use of it. But I thought, yeah, I thought I'd get that. I found they had these buttons and I thought they're so cute. They're heart buttons. I thought that might be good for something, like a crochet jumper or a cardigan or something. I got 4 of these. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever need red, but there was 4 there, so I took them. I can always give them back if I don't need them. I bought this, and I've seen a bag on Facebook keep coming up of a tartan bag, and I thought, oh, that would might go well with the tartan bag. Otherwise, I don't know what else it would make. I don't think it's big enough. It's not big enough. Scrap it. Make a grandchild a skirt, maybe. But yeah, but I thought about a bag. Then I saw this. I didn't really know what I wanted it for, but I picked it up. I can't remember what I thought I'd use it for at the time, but like I say, I can always take it back. There was this as well. I think I thought I might use this for a cushion on the sofa, at the back of a cushion, and then maybe that's it. Maybe I thought I'd use this as the front, this is the back, and it's sort of waffly, and I thought maybe I could embroider on it. You never know, in all this spare time I've got. I also picked up this stiffener, which I thought you iron it on, and it might be good for something. I picked this up. I quite like the colour. Thought maybe for a bag, project bag of some sort. It's a nice colour. I also saw this, and I thought that might make a shopping bag. So I like the bee on it. See the bees? I liked the hanky. I thought I could embroider the hanky. Really old-fashioned hanky. And then I saw this, and I really like this. It looked a bit like a plique with the big flowers on it. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it, but I liked it. So who knows? Maybe a bit of garden furniture, cushions or something. I don't know. Just don't know. And I saw this. I don't know what I got that for either. It is, at the time, something popped into my head and I thought I'll do that. But like I say, if I can't figure out what it was I was going to make from it, I can always take it back next month. And then I got this, it's like a lining. So I thought that might be handy for something. Maybe back a quilt or something. It's white cotton. So there's quite a lot of that. So yeah, but like I say, it was all free. Just help yourself. And if you don't use it, you can take it back next month and swap it for something else. It's not one in, one out. You just take what you want. And you just, if you've got stuff, you bring it along and you leave it there. So, yeah, it's very good like that. So, yeah, definitely recommend if you've got one of these sewing clubs to join them. Because it's, you know, the retreat, it was from 9 till 4. And we had this project bag that we were making, this freezer bag, you know, for putting a lunch bag with, so you could make in. And we didn't start for about an hour because we're so busy chatting, and it was very laid back. And someone would get ahead and they'd make a mistake, and then we'd all say, oh, you made the mistake, so we didn't have to. And then they'd be busy ripping out what they'd done wrong, and then we'd get ahead, someone else would get ahead, and then they'd make a mistake. So it was quite a laugh, all helping each other. Like with in here, I wasn't going to do an inner, and one of the ladies picked up the orange netting in the D-stash, and she said, oh, I'm going to make a pocket for mine. And I said, oh, and she had loads of it, and she said, do you want some? So I said, yeah, because it matches mine. And then I'd picked up some black elastic in the D-stash, so we shared that so that we could use the elastic to draw it in. So that was good. So yeah, everyone's so friendly, everyone shares, it's just really nice. So I look forward to my so-and-so meetings. They're really good fun and good laugh. So I think that's it for this week. So thank you very much for watching. This went on longer than I expected. But yeah, so I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.